Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This is part 2 of how deeply problematic it is to equate the menstrual cycle to femaleness alone. Part 1 was on the cultural expectation placed upon girls upon puberty or the commencement of menarche, and how damaging that is, and of course obviously the cultural expectations that are also placed on boys. This video is on trans and non-binary. Disclaimer that we're going to start with is I am cisgendered. I'm a cisgendered lesbian. So I do not have personal experience with this topic outside of, as in, because I'm not trans or non-binary. So I don't have personal experience with the topic we'll be discussing today outside of the people in my social circle. However, I'm going to link articles down below, and there are several YouTubers out there that are trans and have videos out about menstruation, which will also be linked. Due to the stigma attached to menstruation and the cultural limits it places upon cisgendered girls, this also then plays out negatively if your gender is non-binary, as it reaffirms the traditional cisgendered cultural expectations of gender. For trans men, menstruation can confirm the gender dysphoria that they already suffer from, but it can be dangerous but it also, in addition to this, can be dangerous during public bathroom times. The plastic wrapper can be loud in a place that it is not meant to be. The cultural implications of menstruation, as solely one of cisgendered women, creates a space in which they are identified as the opposite of powerful or masculine. Periods make you vulnerable and weak when already you are in a body dysphoric state, when your own body is a rebellion. Quite often this stems from the cultural expectations placed on menstruators to be internal and at home, when the world really isn't a safe space but expects you to live in it anyway. Trans men have reported suicidal ideation when they menstruate, as it magnifies their body dysphoria. It represents how their body does not represent the gender that they are. Much like cisgendered women who don't menstruate, and trans women, equating the menstrual cycle with femininity and womanhood is deeply problematic and massively flawed. It is an arbitrary, misogynistic measurement to restrain biological functions as not only dirty and shameful, but exclusionary when or if you don't experience them. For trans women, the lack of a menstrual cycle can be a reminder of their own body dysphoria, where they may look, function, and live as women, yet cannot relate to PMS or period issues. There were wishful stories of trans women experience cycling or hormone fluctuations while on these hormones. However, often this is due to the changing needs of the regular hormones that they are required to take. For trans women, these symptoms are an example of hormone stabilizers being incorrect and adjustments needing to be made. This is the same with the pill. Bleeds on a menstrual periods or bleeds on are not a menstrual cycle. They are a drug withdrawal. So if you are on the pill and you take the 7 days of sugar pills and you bleed, that is not a menstrual cycle. That is a drug withdrawal. This does not mean that trans women or women on hormonal birth control who do not experience a hormonal cycle are less of a woman. While the description of period is convenient, it is not accurate in either of these instances. Much of what defines being a woman is exclusionary to begin with, often only being restricted to white childbearing women. It is a representative of class, race, and the so-called West, where the collective cultural delusion is that all women are free, as long as they have hairless vulvas, hide their periods at all costs, and have children at the perfect time in their lives. Women should not be reduced to periods alone, as they often are, because there should not and cannot be a single definition of being a woman. The focus on excluding all women, trans or not, who do not menstruate means limiting women's biology to only be a breeder for the human race. It goes into the experience that men are dominant and women are effectively cattle. Historically, any alternative of the cisgendered straight white male dynamic is excluded, but I am not here for that. Our goal here is to shift the cultural norm. I'm not ashamed of my period, and I am not going to shame anyone else for their gender identity or lack of menstrual cycle. This is an inclusive channel, and any transphobic trolls will be reported and banned. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day. And I, of course, will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.